Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm in the salon today and I have a big old box of beauty garbage to share with you. So for those of you who like to see which products I'm going through in the salon, stay tuned. For those of you who are not interested in that sort of thing, I'll see you next time. So it's getting into the holiday season. It's been really busy in the salon. It's only going to get busier. So I thought now would be a good time to empty out this box and make room for more beauty garbage that will be coming as the season continues. So let's jump right into it. The first thing that I have is an empty box of foil. So this is the foil that I use for removing the shellac or the gel polishes. I do have a whole dedicated video on how to remove that properly. I'll link that below. So this is the one that I like. I get it at my local beauty supply store. You can buy, you know, their actual wraps and all of that sort of thing, but I do find that the hairstyling foil works just as well. I just make sure that I buy the smooth type because they do have like a textured one, and I believe this is the lightweight one. If you get the heavier one, it's harder to wrap the fingers. So went through one of those. I already have another one. I just always keep one backup. As soon as I open my new box, I go out and I grab another box because I wouldn't want to be without that. And with that goes the Offly Fast. So this is CND's remover for polish remover, but also for removing shellac and gel polishes. So I've gone through a big jug of that. I have since repurchased one. I refill this small guy with this big guy. So I always keep one of the big ones on hand. And I also went through a bottle of 99% alcohol. So I go through a lot of that. Again, I fill the little guy from the big guy, and I use that for removing like the tacky layer on the nails. So that's all the big stuff. I've got some smaller items. So I went through a small bottle of fractionated coconut oil. So I use this when I'm mixing roller bottles of essential oils. I normally buy like a liter size of this, and I just wasn't paying attention, to be honest. When I ordered on Amazon, I just clicked, you know, the first one that came up on Amazon Prime. I was sort of in a rush. I was in between clients, so I grabbed that. So of course it didn't last very long. So I have repurchased, but I got the big one this time. So I did go through that very quickly. Now this might gross some people out because you can't buy this anymore. And I don't even know how many years it's been since you could buy this, but this was back before they went by CND, they went by Creative Nail Design. So this was the Creative Spa, and this was the Raw Earth Pedicure line. So they had, and this was their foot rub. So this is like a massage lotion. This was a line that they came out with a really long time ago. A really long time ago, and it was a really nice line. I loved every single piece in that line. It was almost a little bit more it was very natural. It almost had like it was what it says, I guess, raw earth. I mean, it was very raw, very natural. It almost had a little bit more of a masculine feel to it. Like, it wasn't that flowery, you know, smelly stuff. It was very soft and just natural smelling. I don't know how many times did I just say natural. And this stuff smelled so good. It almost had a little bit of a vanilla fragrance to it, but it was really, really nice. So I have taken a lot of classes over the years, and one of the classes that I took was I don't even know what it was called. It might have been called like CND Spa Manicure Pedicure, but we did the whole system with the raw earth. They also had like a spa manicure and a spa pedicure line, and we sort of did a little bit of something with all of that stuff. And I found some products that I had left over from some of those classes. And anyway, like, what a long story to say. I found some of these products and I decided to use them up in the salon. That was the easy way to say that. Anyway, I went through this. It's just like a massage lotion. It's really, really nice. Obviously, I haven't repurchased it because you can't. So right now, I'm just using hemp lotion because I'm trying to use up that bottle. it's at that point where it doesn't pump anymore. You have to like tip it and like smack it into your hand. So I don't like when I'm at the end of things. So once I sort of get to that stage, I'm like focused on using up that hemp lotion, but I will repurchase something specific for the feet as soon as that one is done. I also went through a large jar of my Brisa Clear Gel. I always have one of these in my Empties videos because this is the gel that I use. So of course I've already repurchased, and I think I do have a backup because they were on sale. And along that same line, I've got 2 of the artistic glossing gels. So I've pretty much switched over to this for my gel clients. I was using the Shellac Express 5 top coat on everyone. And then I started using this just on my gel clients. I still prefer the shellac top coat for the soak off clients because I do find it soaks off better. This one you almost have to give it a little file first, and ain't nobody got time for that. So I really like this one for my gel clients. It is a much thinner consistency, but it's still really shiny. It still seals everything in really well, but it's so nice and thin. I was going through like a bottle of the Shellac Express 5, the big bottle that's like $30 some. I was going through one of those every 2 weeks, and now I would say one of these lasts me a month, and it's less expensive than the Shellac Express 5. So the one thing, other than the, obviously it's cost effective, but other than that, what I love about this is it's a thinner consistency. So it's thin from the first time you open it until the very last time that you use it. It doesn't get thick over time, where some of the other top coats, the closer you get to the bottom, it's almost like stringy. It's so thick. So this one, it's very consistent in its consistency. Yeah, I like it. So I already have another one right here, and I have a backup in my drawer. So I went through 2 of those, and in that same line, I went through the Artistic pH Nail Prep. So this is like a balancing primer. So I use this as sort of a first step primer, and then I use my Brisa Bond as like a second step primer. I started doing that, I want to say it was in the summer. I think I got this like free with something else that I was buying. So I was like, nah, I'll give it a try. Because I had used before the CND Nail Prime, and it's okay. It's okay. But this, I noticed a really big difference. Not on everybody, but certainly on some people, the difference is very noticeable in how well their nails are lasting. So a few of my clients that get a lot of lifting, that I started using this on them, now we're having like no issues. Or if we are, it's like 1 nail instead of like 4 nails. So I have repurchased this. I will continue to use it, and it's not expensive. Like, it's very inexpensive, very affordable. So love that. Went through one of those. Will continue using that. I finally remembered to hold one of my glue bottles. So I think in all the time that I've been doing Salon Empties videos, I don't think I've ever had an empty bottle of glue. So what happens is, I mean, of course, sometimes I forget and throw them away. But oftentimes what happens is I don't keep like glue on my retail shelf to sell. I probably should, but I don't. I don't think of it, and it's so teeny tiny. Anyway, so what happens is one of my clients will come in, and I'm doing her nails, and she'll be like, oh my gosh, I really need some glue. Do you have some glue? And I'll just give them whatever is left of this bottle of glue, because I always have extras. I always keep at least 1 unopened bottle, because every once in a while you go to use it and it's like glued itself shut. So I'll end up giving away my open bottles and then just cracking open a new one. So I never have this to show, but this is my favorite nail adhesive. So this is the OPI Nail Adhesive. It's the one in the red bottle. I love this. It's thicker in consistency than the Mach 5 that OPI makes. Obviously it's a much smaller bottle, but I don't really care about that, because with glue, the bigger the bottle and the more you're wasting it, because there is a point where glue just doesn't come out anymore. Like I end up cutting the nozzle down and down and down to get the glue out. So I think a big bottle would be useless. So this is the one that I like. It's a little bit thicker in consistency, so it doesn't run everywhere, and it dries really fast, which I like. Not everybody likes that. If you're a nail tech and you like to be able to move that tip around until you get it just so, this might not be the glue for you. You might prefer the Mach 5. I've been doing it a long time. I don't have time to wait for glue to set. I just want to put it on there and have it stick. So I really like this glue. It's my favorite. You can't always get at my local beauty supplier. Sometimes there's like one or there's two. So I usually end up buying what they have. But yeah, this is my favorite. Okay, so moving on, I went through a pack of Arbor bands. I don't know why I keep these, like nobody cares about this. I really usually only keep like bottles of stuff. So I went through a pack of Arbor bands for my e-file. Obviously I've already bought another package of these. I use the medium grit. I just use those to take the length of the nail down and then to file the majority of the color off. I don't actually do any shaping or anything like that with the e-file. I just use it to sort of give my hands a little bit of a break and do the bulk of the work, and then I go in with a regular hand file. Okay, so I've got a couple of shellacs here. So I've got the Tinted Love. So Tinted Love is the most beautiful deep raspberry shade. It is gorgeous. I wear it on my nails all the time, and so my clients wear it on their nails all the time. It's a really beautiful tone if you're looking for, if you want a berry tone but you're not into reds. This is the perfect color for you. So I have repurchased this, and I do also have a backup. I use a lot of this one. Another one that I use a lot of course, is Black Pool. So Black Pool is the black and shellac. I use a lot of black. I have a lot of clients, like when in doubt, I'll do black on my nails, like I can't decide. So I have a lot of clients that do that. And you also use a lot of black when you're doing nail art. So went through a bottle of black. I actually have a big bottle up there, and I have a backup on my shelf over. I'm pointing this way. And I went through a bottle of Crimson Sash. This is actually no longer available. Sad face. I think I bought the last bottle that they had last year at Christmas time. This was, I'm not sure if it was a Christmas color. I don't think it was a Christmas color. It was like a winter collection color, but it has since been discontinued. But it is the most beautiful, like deep red with a metallic sheen through it. It's gorgeous. So for those people who don't like a bright red, this was a really nice red to use at Christmas time. So I do have a full bottle behind me on my shelf that will probably get me through this holiday season, and then it'll just be done because you can't get it anymore. Yeah. So, and the last one I have here is a small bottle of the Shellac Express 5. I mentioned it earlier. I'm still using this on my shellac clients. I do have a big bottle right here. I always keep some on hand. I believe the small one must have gone on sale. That's the only time that I buy the little one, just because I go through it so quickly. But if it does go on sale, I'll like throw one in my basket just to have a backup. So I did go through that. Every item I'm just like, I go to set it down and I like throw it. Anyway. Okay, and then I've got a empty bottle of the Spiritual CutiCocktail. So this is my preferred cuticle oil. I've been using it for a really long time. It's vegan, it's organic, it's all natural, it smells like gummy bears. It's amazing. It's my favorite. So I have not repurchased this yet. I get this through a distributor called JP Concept in Quebec. But I had this bottle of cuticle oil that I got in a BoxyCharm. I have a couple of random bottles of solar oil. So I did recently do an order with them, but I didn't order any of this. I just wanted to do a really small order. It's close to the holidays. I didn't want to like go bananas and rack up my credit card. So I decided to hold off on ordering another one of these until I go through some of my open bottles. But I will keep this empty bottle because this is a different product, but I buy it in this size bottle and then I refill these small ones. So I will keep the bottles so that when I repurchase, I can get the big one and just refill this. And then I have an empty package of the On Guard beadlets. So these are the On Guard in like bead form. So one bead is the equivalent of a half a drop. So when you feel like you have a cold coming on, you can take, you know, a few beads of these a couple of times a day to help fight it off because it's meant to be like antimicrobial. So I went through a package of these. I did have an extra pack at home. My dad loves these, so I do try to keep extras of this on hand. I'm like waving it like a magic wand. So I will continue to buy this. I do like it. I do think it's not terribly cost effective to buy them this way than to buy the actual oil, which I do have, but it is very convenient. So I went through that. And then I also went through a bottle of the Wild Orange Essential Oil. I use this one a lot. Everyone loves citrus. You can put it in your water. You can put it in your diffuser. It gives you all the happy feels. So I went through a bottle of that. So that's it for Empties for today. I do believe I rambled on quite a bit this time around. Hopefully I'm gonna have a at-home Empties coming up really soon. I haven't been going through as many products at home for some reason. There was a point in time where I was doing an Empties video at home like every month or at least every 2 months, and I think the last one I did was September, and we're almost December and I haven't done one. So I had to get cracking on some of those products and get one of those out because I know a lot of you guys prefer the at-home Empties videos. So stay tuned for that. I hope you guys like this. If you did, hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.